Hello everyone, this is Stephanie Pettis in the Roland Studio. I wanted to just take a few minutes. I had posted some pictures of a tag that I had made. The tag was created because I got a wonderful deal at the Office Depot. They're actually merging with Office Max, so they were closing their stores, at least in Memphis. I was visiting a friend on my way through, and I wanted to go to Office Depot for a couple of things, found out that they were closing. So they had 60, 70, 80% off, some 40% off stuff, and then when you got to the register, depending on how much you bought, you got an additional 10 to 20% off. So I got a few things, but I'm not going to go through all that. But I did get a box of tags because Stephanie don't have time to cut tags, punch tags. All my punches are at home. So, and I think the only tag punch that I have is small anyway. So I thought, you know what, I don't ever make tags. I made one tag, and it was a huge, like really big, giant pocket tag that I sent to a friend at the time in Australia. And now that was the only tag I've ever done. So these were like, I don't know what the normal price was, but I paid for 500 of these 4 3/4 to 2 3/8 inch number 5 shipping tags. $6. And look, oh my gosh, look at all those tags. Now I've done one, so I got 499 tags to go. So I'm just gonna pull one out. Just put that to the side, and I'm gonna show you what I did. Let me move this with this tag. I posted it in my Facebook group, Out of the Box Creations. If you're not a member, please become one. We're a little slow, not a lot of activity going on there because I'm quite absent, but I still want you guys to come in and post your pictures and your artwork. So if you are in the group, please do so. I mean, it's all about, sharing your channel and sharing your pics and all the things that you do. But I turned this tag from this to this, and I also used this. And what this is from the Dollar Tree. I picked up a few of these. I don't know where the other packets are, but this one's got 5 pieces for $1, and it's a self-laminating sheet. And so I laminated this tag because it has my fresh pressed flowers in it. Let me zoom in on that. Lighting's not the best. I did get a little inverter to help with the lighting, but it is what it is. So I hope you can see that. Let's see. These are some of my flowers that I picked. These here are some, well, I want to say buttercup. These were the buttercup in bloom. They were just little bitty things at the time, little fuzzy balls. And that might not even be what that was. I don't know. I don't think that was the buttercups. I don't know what these were. But anyway, then these little baby's breath style. I got a bouquet from the store of flowers. I'm sorry, I had a call interrupted me. I bought a Easter bouquet because it was still hard for me to grab a few flowers, and so I thought, those were pretty. It was just a little $5 bouquet, but they had these little baby breath looking things that they had dyed pink, which were really cute. And these little guys right here, I don't know what any of these are, but they work great for me. So I really enjoyed pressing my flowers, and so that's what I did here. And I thought I would duplicate this somewhat. I used this graphic 45 washi tape and I just pulled off what I liked off of this roll here, which was the word nature. And I thought that was cute. And then I also have some black and white butterfly washi tape that I use just as an accent. But I took all of my napkins home. So I don't have any napkins, except I did run across these. I think I got these at Walmart. I'm not real sure, but all my other napkins are at home. I didn't realize I'd taken them all home. So I use this napkin for the background of my tag. And what I love about this, one of the reasons I laminate it was to protect my flowers. But also, I thought, since everybody does journals and all that kind of stuff, I thought it might be cute to just put a little note in there. So I pulled out my, let me back this back off. I pulled out my Tombos, and these are my dual brush markers. And I thought, you know, maybe in your journals or something like that, if you wanted to try this, that it might be cute to jot a note. If you're giving this to a friend, you know, just say, made, and I need to write it with the other side. Oh well. With love. And then you can, you know, sign it or whatever. But it's not the best, I know. But, you know, I thought it was kind of cute because you could put little notes on it if you're giving it to someone. Of course, I'm totally ill-prepared. I wasn't sure I was going to do a video. I was just playing around a little bit, but... And the cool thing about it is if you don't like what you did, just take it right off. I love it. And then you can make yourself some pretty colorful little napkins for another project. So that was that project. You could also write it maybe on the front somewhere. It might not be so visual. To a friend. See, I like that better when I'm writing. So, I mean, put life. I mean, you know, add a note if you want. So that was my little idea. I did this, and then I just loved it, and I thought I'd share it. I don't know if other people were doing this, and I just used what I had. And I had bought these things months ago, and I haven't used them. And I thought, I need to, you know, protect my fresh pressed flowers. I can never say that right. Fresh pressed flowers. And so if there are people out there making these, I don't know. And, well, I mean, I know now but at the time I didn't know. But I did go back, and I did find that some people had used laminate on their tags, but I don't think the fresh pressed flower thing is out there. And if it is, I don't know about it. I'm not trying to say I'm the first. I'm just saying that if there's another originator out there, I can't give them credit because I don't know. It was just my idea because it's what I had. So I thought maybe, what else was there? Oh, I also wanted to show you guys what else I'm doing, and I'm loving it. I'm loving it. This little folder right here, let me just back off. It's like a chipboard, and the paper, the packet that it came in is called Earth. It's an Earth brand. And I thought, you know, that'd be great little chipboard. It's a little flimsy, but great little chipboard nevertheless. So I used it to work on my bookmarks. Now, I was inspired to make these bookmarks. I was inspired by, I'm sure you guys have heard of her and her daughter, Maddie and Madison from Spectrum Art. I watched their videos when I can, but I do enjoy it. Watching their videos. They're very creative. Her and her daughter are very creative. They do some quick tip fun type of projects, and so I really love the bookmark thing. So the snagless, and then there was the snagless paper clip bookmark, and then the one where you can dangle something from it. So I've only done one of those so far, but I want to show you what I've created so far. And I can't tell you what my first one was. I didn't measure because I am not a measurer. I do by sight. You know, I have cutters and all that, but a lot of time it's a time thing. So ain't nobody got time for that. I don't. But let me just show you my bookmarks, and I'm loving them. I basically used some papers, different papers from different groups, companies, and then I distressed them. As you can see here, it's distressed, and the back is going to probably show. I might put something on the back of that just to hide it, but I did a little clock, and then another little clock, a butterfly, and then some actual pressed flowers again. And then I have these little stickers that I'd gotten from Hobby Lobby on sale when they were doing their 75% off sale, and they were Christian based, and I loved them. So this is the first time I've gotten to use them, I think. And fresh pressed flowers. And I also used my I really enjoy using my leafing. This is copper leaf. I do have silver and gold, but I was going for that more vintagey look. I don't know why, but I did. And I cut out this little clock from some papers, and to make them. I've been fussy cutting, you guys. First time I've fussy cut it since I was a kid. So I've been fussy cutting papers. Yay! I've got a whole slew of them now, and I've not had ephemera, so, but just a little bit. So I've been making some, and that's what these are. All these pieces are fussy cutted out, and then I added the the copper leafing. So that's one. I've been thinking about rounding the corners on this one, but I kind of wanted different shapes, different ways. Now, I don't know how well these are going to work as bookmarks because I used my fancy scissors here, and you can see that clearly on the back. Some of these papers were from Prima, and I used a fresh rose petal, a little flower here with a little greenery, these little purple daisy style things, and again copper leafing, and again trust in the Lord. I love those stickers, but I don't know if this is going to be too rigid for a bookmark, but I'm doing them anyway. I like them, so you know, there it is. And I don't know if I'm finished with these. I don't know if I'm going to add more embellishments, but I wanted to keep them kind of thin because that's one of the things Maddie had mentioned, was not getting them too bulky to go in the books. But I do believe with these fresh pressed flower ones, I don't know how well it's going to work, but I may diamond glaze this or contact paper this front. I don't know yet, but I want to protect my flowers. These have to be protected because I don't want them getting chipped off in a way. And then this one, she showed that you could, you know, put them on your book this way instead of up and down. Slide them on the paper from this end. And I used black cardstock backing because I thought it would pop it out. I did a lot of them with black. These are only a small portion of what I've made, but these are the ones that are finished out with fresh pressed flowers, and all of them have, except for this one. Yeah, I didn't put any mylar on this one, but these all have little AB reflective mylar. You can kind of see the holographic look there. Right here, there's mylar with the flowers here, the copper leafing, the fresh rose petals here, my Trust in the Lord sticker there, and again, I'll be protecting those fronts either with diamond glaze or with some contact paper. And maybe even with some, I don't know what. I don't know how I'm going to do it yet. And this is another one. Now these are the bigger ones. Let me just, I was trying to give you detail, but let me just, so you can kind of see the whole thing. There we go. There's these. Again, fresh pressed flowers. And behind here, you can't really see it, but there's a round circular dot. I picked those up from Walmart. They're little metallic dots that you do they come in the office section where you do price code colors. They're coding colors, but they had the metallics, and it kind of matched the paper. They had the brown, the mauve, the blue, the gold, the silver, and this one matched my paper. And so I put flowers over it, and of course my copper leafing, and believe, be still and know that I am God, Psalms 46:10, and a little ticket, and a little butterfly, and underneath here is a 1 3/8 punch that I made and distressed it. Put another little dot, which you can't really see. It's that same kind of color code dot under there, and some mylar and some fussy cut butterfly and a ticket. But this is, like, you can tell I don't measure. I like it looking kind of organic and rough. I'll probably do some later where I measure, but I'm just not a measurer. I eyeball things. It's the way I cook too. I just eyeball it. And it's good. And then here's one that I did, is a little smaller, and this also has everything: the flowers, the leaves, the leafing, the copper leafing, the mylar, and it kind of goes across. You kind of see it shimmers a little bit. Then it has faith on this one. And then here is one backed in black paper. I can't remember what brand of paper I use. They're different, anywhere from Graphic 45 to Prima to DCWM, whatever that one is, and Paper Studio and many others. And then I put the little hope on this one, so it's just a littler one, which I thought was cute. Again, flowers, fresh flowers to go with the butterfly. And then here is another one. This one is the buttercup and the daisies, and since the purple backing, I thought those would really pop that out. It's got the copper leafing, he lives, and a little swish right there, and a buttercup. So pretty cool, pretty cute. It got some mylar on it also. And I'm just got to figure out how I'm going to protect the tops. If I'm going to do it in a diamond glaze with a domed, I'm going to check that out. And then I have, oh, here's the dots. Here's the dots. Let's see. These are the dots. You can get these at Walmart. I think they were just under $2. And they're just color-coded dots. They're Avery's. And there you go. There's those. And then I use that. I was trying to keep my stuff a little bit together. Here's some more ephemera that I cut up. And just by the way, this is a Shell Bell digital that I do plan to make my first little tiny journal. So I'm going to use it with her. I don't think she's doing digitals right now due to what happened with her computer, but if she ever comes back to it, she does great digis. And this is my Shell Bell. She's my BFF, Shelly Martin. Find her on Facebook. And then there's some that I have not finished. These are just bases, and these I just tore. I used black cardstock, and I did a black ink distress. And they are not finished by any means. These are some that I have not touched. I'm wanting to get like this is already done, but I'm thinking I probably should have got one of them jumbo paper clips. Let me back this up yet again. There we go. The jumbo paper clips, what I should have used on something like that, but I've got some bigger ones I'm going to make with the jumbo. And like I said, these are just paper bases. And then I thought, how cool would it be to make a little coin style bookmark? So, and I love to do things out of the box. That's why we're Out of the Box Creations, a Roland Studio affiliate. Shameless plug. These are the papers I plan to, look, I already did the inside of this little wannabe journal. This is just her digital, and I backed it on some cardstock and then also overlaid it with these papers here. And then I thought this little coin style bookmark, I have to decorate it yet. It's not been decorated. Let's see. There we go. It's on this end. Had to find which one was the opening. And boom! How cute is that? I'm trying to zoom in. I got glue on my fingers so it's not recognizing. There we go. So this is a Shell Bell digital, and I did a little embossing. This was just a regular laser print paper, and I wanted to give it some age and some texture. And I know you can't really see it too much, but I did go over it with my dotting tool and do a little embossing. And I'm not finished. I'm gonna do this again. So, and I also did it here so it would give the book some definition. So there you go. I did it around the butterfly here. You know, sometimes you can just do a little embossing without all the fancy stuff. Since my machines were stolen, I had just bought a new one, and I had a mini I hadn't even touched yet. So I did a little embossing with my dotting tool. So you can do that too, just to give it some texture, a little cheating way to give something just a little depth and texture. And of course I'm going to use this coin style bookmark for that one, and I think it's just cute. I love it, love it, love it, love it. So thank you, Shelly, for the digital. It's the first one I've gotten a chance to play with at all, and I've only got it prepped, so that will be coming hopefully not too far in the near future. And I got this little packet of tracing paper from the Office Depot too. This box right here, I think that, let's see, this is what it is. Earthwise. Let me back up again. Okay, there we go. Earthwise, it's Oxford brand. They were 100% recyclables, and there were 25 folders. I got this for $1, this whole box for $1. I actually meant to grab 2, but I don't have enough room, so I just couldn't do it. So Office Depot's got some great buys right now, so go for it. I guess I'll get started either on my tag or one of these. I'm not sure what I want to do, but whatever I do, I'm going to do in time lapse, just because of time and memory and upload. And so I'll get started. I'll see you in a minute. I chose some little dried flowers, and I just kind of wanted to take my time and show them to you real quick before they're in underneath the laminate. I don't know if you can see that very good, but my lighting's not the best here, but put a couple of these and a couple of those. I don't know, it's not great at sliding, but might be best if I just zoom in here, if I can get it to zoom. There we go. Got a little buttercup, some little shrubbery, a little purple one, some little dyed pink ones, and then this little guy. I don't want to make it too busy, but I don't know if you noticed, I fussy cut it a little ephemera. It says number 2. This is my number 2 tag. So I thought I'd go ahead and put that little number on it just to make it cute. I might thin this one out a little. I don't think I need so much. I've already got enough going on in here. These are little soft things. I don't know what they are. They came with my little bouquet. Better to use that right there, I think, just because it'll pop out a little better against that black. I'm going to use this one here by the butterfly. I want this one by the butterfly. Pink ones, just kind of sitting on top of the butterfly. I've got this long stemmed purple one. I might just lay it across like that. Just to throw the essence of some au naturel in there. I think that's good. And I'm going to lay my Mod Podge over them. I think the Mod Podge will be softer than the diamond glaze to get a first protective covering on them. Not diamond glaze. I'm not doing diamond glaze. What am I talking about, y'all? Now I'll get my brush and spread it on them. And I'll do that in time lapse. I'm just gonna coat these up. this is pretty much almost the end. I hope that wasn't too fast for you. It's really however many layers you want to put on there, but as you noticed, the first thing that I did was Mod Podge the tag completely up. I didn't do anything to the back side. I like to leave that blank. You can do what you want with it, but I used several different pressed flowers. I did a glitter base, and I was a little heavy-handed with my glitter and my Mod Podge. I should have done a lighter, thinner coat of this before I put my glitter on it, but because you still want the background to show through, you want that little woodsy, florally to somewhat come out. I did kind of cover my butterfly, but the essence is there because I wanted this on there, and I didn't see it right away, and I forgot about putting some words on there instead of just the numbers, but I thought the numbers were kind of cool. But I like that little hint of black in there. So now I have taken this out of time lapse so we can laminate. Again, Dollar Tree, 5 for $1. It's a very simple and easy thing to do. Now technically I should let this dry a little better, but I'm going to leave it the way it is because I've got to get this video going. This one was a little wet when I put it together, and this was the only one that concerned me, but it worked out. So that's blurry. Is that blurry? Anyways, so they're similar, but they're a little different too. I didn't want the exact same thing. I just used most of the same stuff, but I added a little extra to this one. So I didn't put any rose petals like I did this one, but it's got a couple other little wildflowers in there. So let me get to laminating. This is what you'll find in the pouch. It gives you clear instructions. This right here is the self-adhesive side. Let me just open that up. This is the part you want your like if this were a photo, you'd want this to the back of this acetate side, like that. And you just want to put it wherever it is that you want to put. And then for me, I don't want to waste. I'm not a waster. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to place it in there where I want it. Okay? And then I'm going to cut some of this laminate out because I just hate waste. I'm going to give myself a little bit of room on the sides, but not too terribly much. And you want to make sure that you're getting the tag all the way to the end. So, I mean, for $1, I guess I don't need to be stingy, but I just hate waste. And once you peel that sticky off, it's laminated. It's over. So I choose to maybe keep some of this for maybe some smaller projects. So I am just cutting that out. And I might have got a little thin there. Leave yourself enough room. I might have just barely got away with that. But this tag is a little oh, see, that's what you got to be. That's why you want it dry. Because you don't want that to happen. That's okay. We got this. Anyway, but that's why you want it to dry. I don't have my heat tool because my truck inverter is broken. So the little inverter watt that I bought for temporary, oops, why did I put that away? Doesn't have enough wattage to run my cheat tool. I like to call it my cheat tool. And I'm gonna wipe this down because I got it a little dirty. It's alright. Got that a little bit dirty. Let me get that cleaned up. So you mess around a little bit, Steph, and get it all messed up. There's a little strip there, a little protective strip. But I want to get this little, make sure it's cleaned. It's on the back side, okay. I need to let that dry. I'll wipe it down over here. Hold on a second. Well, that's alright. I'm making a bigger mess, so I'm going to leave it at that. There's a little strip here that allows you to get it right there. I didn't want that removed yet, but I've been messing with it so much now. So what I'm going to do is stick that right up at the top. On either side. I cut that a little close and I don't like that, but I think it's gonna fit. And then I'm just gonna start laying that right on top right there, get that started, and then I'll peel the rest of this back. And I'm gonna start folding it on itself. I want to get the most air bubbles out I possibly can. And honestly, don't worry. See that little glue right there? I don't know if my eyes are blurry, if it's blurry. Don't worry about that glue. I did the same thing to this one and it dried fine. It dyed it up a little bit and brought the colors out actually a little bit nicer. So, and I also used a couple of little flat back Swarovski crystals. There's only 3, but the main thing is to seal your edges, and you can do that by using a burnishing tool, which I should have somewhere. Hold on. You know, nothing's where it's supposed to be when you go to look for it. I have a bone folder somewhere. I think I have like 3 bone folders, but you know, go figure. I'll just use this paintbrush. It'll do the same thing. Makeup brush, rather. It will burnish my edges for me just the same. The main thing is just to get those edges burnished up. And for $1, you can't beat it. There we go. Not worried about squeezing that little bit of glue out. It's in there now. But same thing with this one. It too had a little glue, but it dried right up crystal clear, so don't worry about that. Now just trim your little edges the way you want it. I rounded the corners on this one, so I guess I'll for keeping it smooth and looking nice and pretty, I'll do a little slight cut on this one, just so it's not so thick. Don't get it too close. I want to get them edges opened up. Man, I got real close on that edge. It's a little sloppy, and I'm sorry for that. But you can do yours a little more carefully than I did. Yeah, a lot more carefully than I did. I'm tired. It's been a long day. I had to get up early this morning for work. I know I always sound like I got excuses, but it's true. I was up by 2:30 in the morning to make a 7 o'clock delivery or pickup. So it's true. I was running a little tight. So, just fix it up. This is just for video purposes. This one turned out really well compared. So you can fix it however you need to make it better for you and your project. The other thing you can do is add lace around it, some stickles or anything like that, if you want it to. But this is what I'm doing. I'm leaving it as is. And what I did here is I used my little scissors to pop that little hole. I can see it better right back here. So I'm just going to pop that hole right there. And I'll drill that in. Cut that out. I love these scissors, by the way. I got these, I think, for $5 at Tuesday morning. I don't know what brand they are, but I love them. I've had them for several months and forgot about them. Haven't been needing scissors too much, so I usually go to my go-to pinkies. Anyway, so, and this does get a little tough and rough, and all I did was rub that in like that. But you could probably put a little heat tool to it to knock out some of that roughness, but so you don't scratch yourself or whoever you're giving it to. I got that one really good. Whenever I felt the niche, I just cut it. Otherwise, where's my string? The strings are white. But I did mine with some distressing ink or stamping ink. I don't remember what I used. I didn't put any of my copper leafing on this either, but you can do that too. And I'm just gonna use my stays on here. I'm just gonna rub it around on this ink pad. You don't have to use the string, but I say why waste it? I think it'll pop out great with the tag on this one because of the black. It's so definite on this one. And you can be creative as you want in what you want to put on your tag. I don't carry a lot of stuff with me on the material side. I'm sure I've got some ribbon or something that would work nicely for that, but I'm not digging it out. They come with a string. I'm going to use the string. And maybe if I'm giving it away down in the future, I'll change my mind about that. But for the meantime, it's still a little wet. Might want to let that dry first. But I'm going for it just because I'm messy like that. Just pop that in. See what I'm doing. Hope I'm staying in frame. Pop that in. Use something sharp to get it in there. There we go. Make the loop. Hold that loop open and string it through. And voila. Well, alright. I made that look more difficult than it is, I promise. Just put those two through the hoop. Let that string dry. And it's done. Voila. I did this one in a more earth tone, but this one definitely sticks out. So let me back that off. There you go. There it is. Tag number 2. And it is, I think, beautiful. So there you go. And don't forget, you probably use a Sharpie to write on this, and then if you want to erase that, you just use a little alcohol. So you can use a Sharpie pen to write a note or something on your tags. Or you can use them as bookmark and in your book, and just write on there what chapter you're on and maybe what verse in your Bible or something that you left off on. But they're great to write on. Now this one, see, I cut this one a little thin. I see a hole. And we're going to burnish that a little more. No, it's there. It's closed. I thought it wasn't, but it's not. It's closed. So you do want to leave yourself some space so that you can trim properly. But that concludes this video. I hope you like these tags, and I hope you like the bookmarks as well that I've made. Thank you, Maddie, for inspiring me to do just those. I love them. I love these bookmarks. Bookmarks. It grabbed my attention when she showed those, and I love them. So this is my version of the bookmarks, and I hope you like them too. Okay, I guess that'll do it. Let me put that there so it breaks it up a little. I love them, and I'm not finished, so I am on a bookmark trip now, you guys. Look out. Okay, thank you for joining me. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share, and don't forget to join my Facebook group, Out of the Box Creation. And also there is the Let's Talk channel that I opened up for some good reading. It is a Christian base. Right now we're doing the Face to Face with Jesus book. It's beautiful. You'll love it. Come join us. Now, mind you, my eyes are blurry and my narration is terrible, but I do my best. So, hope you come join anyway. I'll talk to you guys later. Have a blessed day. Bye.